So we were gonna look in here at Seraphim, right? Because last night I can't remember what exactly happened and why it was brought to my attention. I think I was praying or something and just thanking the Lord, something, tutu. Nonetheless, the Seraphim popped in, and I was like, well, hey, you guys. So, and I knew that I had mentioned this before about cherubs and uh, angels who sing holy, holy, holy all the day long, right? And I couldn't remember who that was, but now at 44 and 45, it's the seraphim, right? Seraphim are six-winged angelic beings who worship the Elohim continually and serve as agents of purification. Um, they are described most prominently in Isaiah 6, verse 1 through 7. Uh, they have six wings, two to cover their face in reverence to the glory, two to cover the feet to signify humility, and two are for flying, enabling swift service. Um, the term seraph comes from the Hebrew word seraph, which means to burn, reflecting their fiery appearance and their role in purification. If I'm not mistaken, all those wings have eyes on them, right? And yeah, so something about seraph. Okay, seraphims are distinct from cherubim, another high-ranking angelic order. Cherubim are often associated with guarding sacred spaces and carrying out the Elohim's will, whereas seraphim focus on worship, praise, and purification. And in Christian angelology, seraphim are considered the highest rank of angels, emphasizing their proximity to the Elohim's throne and their role in heavenly worship. The fiery nature symbolizes divine holiness, purification, and the burning zeal of worship. 234 and 223. Their continuous praise and service highlight the importance of reverence, humility, and spiritual cleansing in the presence of Elohim. I don't know. Okay, so that's important, I guess. Even the vibe is weird. And I keep grabbing for something and it's not there. But when I looked, it was there. So, something. Happy 311. Happy new moon, y'all. So I have some channels from yesterday. um, I have blocked off. Someone has blocked off from their intuition and guides, and also someone is in disguise. Release your inhibitions. That part just kept coming in. Release your inhibitions, and that's unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. And I just talked about that song 345, but it was the TikTok version where Drake is. I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got hoes up and keeping in the dark. And it's funny because check out yesterday's readings because that part of one of the I got hosed up and keeping in the dark came out. Getting distracted in a productive way. I got distracted from what I was doing, like the original thing I was doing, and I was still doing I was distracted from the original thing I was doing. Can't remember what I was doing, but still. Um, Broken Window Serenade by Whiskey Myers. I can't remember what I can't remember what brought me there, but it just popped into my head. Cause I just like last night, I just kept feeling so down, so sad. So it's like just this overwhelming feeling of regret. And then 454 and 456. Um, this clip of a song came in, and it's we're playing and that's from the Like Mike soundtrack. And it's funny because um, I barely, I didn't look it up to know that, right? 515. I didn't look it up to find that out because I know, because it was like, because it's, okay, 5.5. I didn't have to look it up to know that it was from the Like Mike soundtrack, right? For one, because I remember when that movie came out, Bow Wow was still a little Bow Wow, right? And it was all over Disney Channel at the time. Great movie. Um, but it was like 543. It was like I instantly knew what the fuck it was, even though I haven't heard that song or watched that in years since I was in middle school. Also, at your adolescent years are super significant because energy from like my middle school years, a lot of the music I used to listen to, and a lot of the music I used to listen to, and like uh, for instance, somebody was talking about how they went to a LimeWire concert, right? And someone's like, well, even though my phone has a virus, concert, like, and that's the thing, like, also burning ties, cutting cords, cutting ties with someone, and pink thread, is important. Also, let me tell you this shit. Last night, I was taking a shower, and I got out the shower, and I was unplugging the heater to take it into the other bathroom with me to get ready, because I don't get ready in the same bathroom that I shower in. Like, that's Brandon's bathroom, and the girls have our own bathroom. Um, and as I was unplugging the heater, like I was drying everything, tell me why. And I had been telling Brand this, been telling him, like, hey, be careful with that extension cord. Hold on a second. And um, so I gotta unplug it and tell me why it like sparks 725 it sparks or something. And like I think the outlet arced or something, like it essentially blew up. And it like said, and I had little black spots all over my hand of I don't even know what. And it didn't hurt, but it was still, it was weird. And I woke up this morning, I couldn't, and it was crazy because I went to go wash it off, and it didn't come off. But then when I wake up this morning, it's off, and I was like, you know, um, so something about blowing a fuse, actually. Okay, and then this morning, I can't remember exactly how we got here, but I just had the Dumb Ways to Die theme song stuck in my head. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die. Yeah, it was goofy. Also, cutting t-shirts, don't look at my bra. Cutting t-shirts might be significant. I used to cut t-shirts back in my youth, and I hated how this shirt was structured. Like, first of all, I bought it from Shane, and it just felt, I bought it too small. I didn't realize I bought it too small, but like I'm bigger than the proportions. Like I was too big this way, but just right the other way, right? But it was like causing the neck of it to bunch up and like do this weird shit. So like the other day I cut the collar out of it and was like, yeah, I'll wear it. It was the day that I wore bibs. It was then. I was like, it just saying it wasn't right. And so I was like, okay, I'll just get a whole nother t-shirt and I'll just work on this another day. So I ended up finished cutting it yesterday, and I'm pretty happy with what I did of it. I like the neck. Of course, there's parts I want to like clean up and adjust, but like getting back in my creative bag. Um, I've been talking about that time of my life a lot. That's like 2013, 2014 era, 2012 era, 2013, 2014, 2015-ish era. So maybe that's significant. Okay, let's go to another one. Okay, so there's about how I went looking in my book, The Encyclopedia of Spirits, to find what I was looking for, but I ended up having to turn to a more broad source, aka the internet, to find to answer my question. So there's something in like that. You could go looking for answers in one place, but then you realize that they're in a whole different place, that 3-3, that opens you up to even more information. Okay, so I'm gonna start right here. I was getting my cards out, putting cards up yesterday, and it's almost like a prep thing. Like as I was putting the cards up from yesterday's reading, I was like, tuning in to see who else wanted who wanted to come in today, right? Who had something today? Not necessarily the cards, but like which guides are tagging in, right? Because different guides use different cards for their to represent their energy. Um, Lilith, right? So I got this deck out, right? Because I was thinking that this deck was this deck, right? Yesterday, in yesterday's reading, when I did like the charm analysis, it literally says charm analysis. There was a resin dinosaur, and I was like, so resin might be significant, and I thought the resin card was in this one, but it's really in this one. So there's even more. That's even more confirmation. 147 that you go looking for the answers in one space, but really they're in a whole different place. It's more multi-dimensional, has more facets to it. Because even if we just look at it from this is round. This is like a hexagon. Well, a hexagon. It's got more dimensions to it. Even in we got the rose here with the pearl, right? And then we just have the diamond, which could not even, it's 222, which in some cases, like this case, it's not the real thing. But they're still in it. But oh yeah, yeah. So I pulled out my Dark Moon Oracle, and I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I kind of doubted it. It didn't click until something else happened. I was like, oh, I got a notification on my phone, and I was like, oh yeah. It was like telling me about the moon cycle, and I was like, oh duh, that's why that pearls are really significant. This is a pearl, and this is a pearl. I'd wanted a pearl necklace for a real pearl necklace. I wanted a pearl necklace for years, right? Um, and I took like some for that, and I bought myself a matching pearl ring. Um, so there's something in that alchemizing. Because I was having this thing, because it was like I was really nervous about spending the money on myself, even though like that was my birthday gift, because like you know, um, and I was like, if Bran wanted to spend this amount of money on me, 345, I wouldn't resist it. Or I would, but like not too much. I would give in. Um, so why is it that I'm having this much difficulty in doing something equivalent for myself, 358, so 88, and it was like that. I had to. That brought up the feelings, the limiting beliefs of whether or not I deserved it, whether or not I was being selfish, and how my actions could affect the rest of the group. Not everything is about everybody else. Sometimes this shit is just about you and what'll make you happy. And that's been like this thing that I've been fighting, is that 432 is that self versus the group. You know, overcoming that um, mindset that everything has to be for else rather than just for yourself. So yeah, um, I had to deal with that experience twice, right? Because there were 4, 5, 6. Because there was another thing that I needed to get for myself that's important to what I do. It was important to me, And it was one of them things that I could have dealt without it, even though it was calling to me, right? It wasn't exactly. I could have denied this, even though it was something that I really desired, right? And so it was. I went back to that same mindset, not the same mindset, but the similar reasoning to my emotional like disturbance. I was like, if Brand wanted to drop this amount of money on me, I wouldn't bat an eye. I would say, honestly, I'd say thank you, Daddy, and be done with it, and be appreciative and grateful and shit. So it's like, why can't I do that for my own self and not say thank you, Daddy? Because it really is me, my masculine energy falling through my feminine desires. I desire to have pretty jewelry and to look pretty and to, be all cute and shit. So why not use my own masculine energy to make those dreams happen, to make those dreams a reality for me, rather than using my own 609, rather than using my masculine energy to work for others strictly. Like, and that was a thing. That's been a thing that I've been like overcoming. Is like my Anima Monday. Anima Mondays, yeah. That's why we gotta get that deck out. Is exploited as a child, right? I didn't really get to use my masculine energy for anything that I really wanted to do. And it kind of implanted in me that my masculine energy was only for the use of other people, which fucked me up, burnt me out, put me in situations and places and with people that I did not need to be 656. And it wasn't until like last year or some shit that I had that realization of how my masculine energy had been hijacked by my mom and all this other shit, and how I had to reclaim that energy back, and what it looked like, and all these things. And now I've been like experiencing what it feels like to use my own masculine energy to pursue the things that I desire shamelessly, within my moral boundaries. Okay, let's get a couple of these. It's it's ever critical, but in reverse. I feel like that's like 747. That's like literally what I was talking about. So it's like you're overcoming Persephone. I was just talking about her yesterday or the day before in one of the readings because I was mentioning pomegranates and the story about how my kid fucked up my deodorant. So there's something here about you shining a light on, and look, she's got a pomegranate. You shining a light on your inner critic and um, transmuting that energy in a healthy way. Like why you're so critical of yourself and really where that voice comes from because you weren't born critical of yourself. That is that's a fucking tape. That's a record playing in your brain. You can take that shit off. Like you can literally listen to some Hera. So there's something here in your divine lineage and the great queen and you finding your pomegranates again and you addressing your overly critical 858 nature. It's like you were boosted into your power, boosted your um, queen mother role, like your legit power. Alchemy, literally, the alchemy, and there's the thing, and the scales. So this is for something in that too. There's a lot of dark divine goddesses that are initiating you. It's like this card. I'm gonna show it upright. Like you see how there's all these women standing there, and there's you right there in the center. You can't see it, but there's you. And it's like these are all your feminine spirit guides helping you go through this portal because it's like the final step before you get Blessings. Bulls are significant. Taurus season is going to be significant. And here we are with Hecate and Matangi. I'm going to look her up, so give me just a second. We'll go to another one. Part 3. Matangi popped out. This is the second time. She popped out once, and I was like, there's something in that. And then she popped out again underneath Blessings and Hecate, right? So there's something here about once you illuminated the root of your overly critical nature and why you believe that you don't deserve shit, it's like that alchemization, that was like the final piece of the puzzle that needed to be examined before you could be propelled into your highest timeline 3-3, before you could finally get the blessings, receive the magic in your hand. There's a lot here about karmic justice and the scales being weighed and measured. You have not been found wanting. 4-4. Hecate has been leading you to this exact moment, right? Owls are significant. She's been leading you, and it's so funny. I said 3-3 is significant. Her card number is 3-3. Now Matangi here is Christian, right? She comes from the Hindu pantheon and is lesser known dark tantric form of goddess Saraswati. And I find that so beautiful. Just a couple readings back, with the spirit allies, we got Saraswati. And it's so funny because I didn't even realize that this was her, but she's got the signature sitar. So, anyways, her Vina represents the harmonious connection to music and the flow of expression and creativity through sound, speaking, right, dressing. It's like you have harnessed. This is literally it's like your dark and light attributes. Your solar and lunar energies are like here, like this is how you move from now on. Like it's no longer moving from just the light aspect or the dark aspect of yourself. It's like you're moving as a whole integrated being. Um, Gemini. She aligns, her energy aligns with the energy of Gemini. Okay, and as a reminder that your thoughts shape your reality and your words create your life. Right. A sword at her feet symbolizes the clarity and precision needed in communication to cut through confusion and negativity. Yes. So so Gemini is significant. 939 is significant. Actually, you are no longer torn. And that's giving me that old 90s song. Torn. Okay. Huh. Confirmation that we're supposed to use this alchemy deck. Outside of this overly critical energy, what is being transmuted, also brought in? Like, what is the elements? The elements. I was saying yesterday, the elements are significant. Something about a hexagonal pattern. Oh, Metatron is significant. Metatron is significant. Jesus. And darkening. And they came out down. I had to flip them. But that's giving, coming, coming up. The darkness is what's being. The darkness and the stagnancy, this frozen in place. That freeze, fight, flight, or fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That's being alchemized. Your codependent nature, your codependent strategies. Quicksilver. This reminded me of Pearl too. Quicksilver, the Peacock's Tail, and Chiron. Look at that. You're, it's like you are wounding around. Okay, so for me, my Chiron is in Leo, so that's like my confidence type shit, right? It's like because you took the time to alchemize that wound, now you, it's like event set free. Hold on. 4, 5, 6. Let me say something. Okay, before I say what I was gonna say about Quicksilver. Yesterday I mentioned resin in the chart analysis. I literally do resin. Resin is a miraculous material. It offers both stability and transparency. So there's something about love. So there's something tangible and real also. This metamorphosis that you're going through. There's something more. It's like being solidified in your transparency, in your authenticity, and it is your authentic nature to be clean, clear, and open. You have ancient energy about you, and it's like that has lied dormant within you for so long, and it's like now that you're feeling that spark back up, it's got you a little bit shook because like you were ostracized for that energy in past lives. And it's like now that that shit's come back up and you have a better understanding of it, it's like you're no longer hiding from yourself. Okay, let me go to my Quicksilver. It's so funny because I didn't even notice. We have the darkening and the winter over here. Two dark cards in reverse. In the middle, we have Quicksilver. And over here on the right, we have this. Peacock's tail and Chiron, right? It's like literally going from the darkness into the literal light. 639. Like you've literally alchemized that, and that's what this Quicksilver is talking about. Part liquid and part metal. Quicksilver, also known as Mercury. This Mercury retrograde has been very significant in highlighting all these things so that you can alchemize them and move forward into your more balanced nature. Um, its gift is to slip between worlds. Literally. You slipped between worlds. And you see, you can't even see the dark side. All you can see, because that shit don't even matter no more, because you're out of it. This is where you are now. In the hallway. Mercury came to symbolize the god Hermes, and I swear to God, I was just talking about Hermes yesterday. And a couple readings before, this card is right here. And literally, my kid drew a circle around it. Can you see that? She drew a circle around it. So that's giving me like this is a full circle. This is a completion. You might uh okay, a prophetess or a prophet 757, and then also Sophie, that's not you might be a herald of the gods. You have the gift of language and writing. Personal messenger. So someone might DM you. Anyways, Quicksilver is the metal of sacred thresholds. If you're walking, which is why that overly critical card was so important because it's showing how you have moved out of that energy and have stepped into the light, literally. Shine bright like a diamond. Hold on a second. Okay, real quick, I want to go back to this overly critical card, right? You see how there's these four prominent women, and then there's you in the background, right? It's Persephone, Hera, Hecate, and Matangi. So they are the ones who are guiding you through this portal at this moment. There's something about you've been chosen by them for your fierceness and your ferocity. Libra, Sagittarius, Leo. Libra, Sagittarius, Leo. I also put Gemini on there just because when I first pulled it out, it was uh, on Gemini. Let's see, we gotta get some dice. 223. Patience, trust, and faith. Hold on a second. Okay. 125. No, 115. Damn, can I count? One more. 2. No, 125. 125 and 122. Because it literally is 115 again. Okay, see you in a second. Okay. Hold on a second. Smiley faces are important or significant. Okay. What the hell? Eight of Swords and the Emperor. Wait a minute now. Eight of Swords. Is my deck upside down? Half of it was. So something. Actually, half of it wasn't. Just one of them was. And because one thing was topsy-turvy, it threw the whole bitch out of whack. And that's exactly how it was with you. Thank you, Lord, for that. 2 of Cups. But since you have found your own inner alignment, it's like you ain't got to worry about you self-sabotaging no more, because you have found your own inner strength and power. The Emperor and High Priestess. Something about it's like you breaking in your new self. Snails and penguins are significant. That's a good little chunk. Okay. Page of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Judgment. 2 of Swords. The Moon. And Page of Coins. Give me a second to put this together. Oh, I paused it right on 144. And that's pretty... It's literally laid out. Okay, so it's like because you have identified that last block, it's like now the wheel... Now you can finally take action for one because we got the Page of Wands, and also Peppermint Butler is holding a wand too. So it's giving like the universe giving you the green light and the go ahead to go on and fulfill your wishes, like complete your mission. Look at the cat in the background. So there's something in that. And she's like, what? Anyways, that's Nico. Now we have Judgment and 2 of Swords. It's like you had the choice of whether you made the choice to heal this, to acknowledge this, to learn, Page of Coins, the Moon, to learn about all that you didn't see about yourself. Now, I do want to get another card for this 2 of Swords. So what's this 2 of Swords? Your adolescent years are very important, very significant. High Priestess. Hold on a second. 304. Also, here with this High Priest clarifying the 2 of Swords, it's like you relied on your intuition, your higher knowledge, like your connection to spirit in order to make the right moves and to heal it. It's like sewing up a wound. It's like you took their instructions on how to heal this. Anything else on that? Just that particular part, the 2 of Swords, High Priestess. Donuts are significant. 6 of Coins. So it's like before you were, before when you were in that overly critical energy, you were being fair to everyone else but you. And it's like because you have reined that in, you are now fair, like you're actually fair. And I just keep getting that pink is significant. I keep getting that energy of you don't know how to really love someone unless you love yourself. And that's giving like you are doing everything out of a place of hurt and trauma and didn't even realize it. Confirmation. What about this page of wands, Wheel of Fortune? It's funny because there was a card that there was a card that kind of stumbled, and I was going to grab, like, so I can grab it, but it was like my hands sped up faster for me to not catch it. Okay. Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. That's that. I see this Five of Wands, Ten of Coins, Three of Coins, Three of Coins, Five of Wands, Ten, right? Ten of Pentacles. That's giving me the energy of you've learned better on who to collaborate with, because oh, because it's that realization that the dynamic that you grew up in, your family dynamic, this Ten of Pentacles, was very toxic, right? It was toxic, chaotic, full of conflict, right? And because of that, you were also building your reality out of that same conflictory energy. It's like it wasn't right unless it's like it didn't feel right unless there was a little bit of conflict. It's like you didn't know how to receive things easily, right? And honestly, it's here with this is Marceline's daddy. He's like the king of hell. And it's funny we have the king of hell and Persephone, right? It's like that because of the toxic family dynamics that you grew up in, it made your masculine energy toxic as well. And it made you to seek out things and fulfill that void out of um, honestly toxic masculinity. Like you didn't give a fuck how it affected anybody else as long as you was good. But it's like, but it's like that wasn't right, obviously. And you didn't know why you were like that. You didn't know why until like you had that moment of like, okay, this shit just ain't working for me. Let me take a gander at why my life is. What's this page of coins and the moon? And it's so funny because we have Marceline here with the moon. Marceline, the vampire queen. And we have her daddy, right? She is nothing like him at all. She loves people. She don't eat people. She just eats the color red. Like and it's funny, she got them Jake boots on. She's got them boots on. Anyways, um, boots are significant, but it's like she's nothing like him, and he tries his hardest to make her like him. But it's like they're not compatible in that aspect. So cats are significant, and it's so funny. I'm gonna take a second on this because when I was first starting tarot, when I was first like starting my channel, I had a cat named PK. His name was Puss Puss Kitty Kitty. Puss Puss Kitty Kitty. And he was my tarot cat. He would lay on my desk and just, he loved it. So there's something here about cats cleaning your energy. 818. But PK loved it. Like he loved me reading tarot and he would just come and just play. And it's so funny because like I have no clue where PK came from. He died years ago. And then when I moved up here and got with Bran and stuff, he had this Savannah cat or whatever. What the hell? It's like a Savannah cat or something. And her name was Delilah. And she ended up having babies. And then she dipset. And this is one of Delilah's descendants, right? But this is Nico. Nico and PK look exactly alike. So I just find it so very sweet that my Nico and my PK are like, I feel like PK was like, go and do that for mom so she knows, so she could talk about me and feel me. So like I was saying, let's go to another one. So, and see here, before I go on, still about to clarify the moon and Page of Pentacles. They have the Eight of Cups on the bottom. And here with the moon, how I was talking about the moon and King of Coins, how that's Marceline's daddy. Marceline and her daddy, and how he tries to make her like him, and she's like, But anyways, that's with this Eight of Cups. It's like you had to walk away from this toxic ass way of being. It's like your parents and stuff were trying to get you to be like them, but you had to go off on your own way into the night, into the abyss, into the void to find your own light, your own spark, right? Okay, so what is this Page of Coins and the moon? Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands. Wait, Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands. And that's like you had to take the time and allow yours. That's what I was saying. You had to take the time to. How do I want to say this? Here with this Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. I was gonna say Cups. Page of Pentacles and the Moon. It's like you pretty much had to learn by doing, even if you didn't know exactly what the fuck you was doing, because this, all of this stuff was out of your wheelbase. This was different than what you were normally used to. So it's like by you choosing to do differently than how you were raised, uh, made you feel a little um, lost, stuck, bound in the dark. The sun in reverse. Okay, I know my deck is upside down, but still. Give me something else on that. Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands. But it's giving like you hung in there. Hung in there. Page of, something about a page. This Knight of Pentacles, right? You hung in there. You kept trudging forward. You kept making them leaps and bounds despite how tired and emotionally drained you were, despite how you didn't really know which direction you was going in. You just knew that you had to get the fuck up out of here. You just knew that you had to get the fuck away, get the fuck about that dynamic because it was doing nothing but draining you. The Lovers. You chose yourself. Hold on a second. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, you chose yourself. You chose, it was the Lovers. The Lovers and the Star. You chose to heal yourself, to love yourself, and to bring yourself first, like I was saying, to continuously bring yourself into alignment and to allow your alignment to lead you rather than leading from this place of hurt. Also, distractions are significant and um, just like detours, divine detours from your original path purpose. Like say for instance, um, okay, here's a story. Once upon a time when I was homeless, um, Denny had asked me, we were getting ready to leave, Six of Cups. Wait, hold on. King of Wands, Hierophant, Six of Cups. This is given, it's like you're finally taking action on resolving the hurt of the past, the foundation, the spiritual foundation of the past. It's like you're finally taking it, like you're seeing it, and almost like turning your back on the old way of doing things so that you can embrace a new, cleaner way of doing things, right? So that's that in a nutshell. Back to this story. When I was homeless, um, we were out in Virginia at the time, and there were a couple different spots that we would sign at. Well, let me rephrase, that I would sign at while he did whatever the fuck. Um, well, that day he had asked me where I wanted to sign, and I was like, let's go to the mall. I've told this story, I think. I was like, let's go to the mall, you know. I think we needed to buy some clothes or some shit, and I just didn't want to sign at the spot that I normally signed at. And shit was draining, and it was really hurtful. Honest to God, it just hurt my feelings so bad. It taught me a lot about humility, right? And also that it's okay to depend on others because I previously was a person that was like, I do it myself, hyper, hyper independent. But nonetheless, I was like, yeah, let's go to the mall. Well, we get there to the mall, 5:25, and so I think someone was already there, so I had to wait and da 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 da. And when I got finally out there to start signing, I think I made like $1 or so, not too much, because it was difficult to sign that spot because it was double lanes of traffic. So if someone on the far lane was like waving $1, you had to cut through traffic to get it, right? And that was like a big no-no, right? So I think somebody had called the cops and complained on me for doing that, even though I think I did it like once or twice, once. And they had called and was like, nonetheless, the cops came out and was like, hey, you got to get the fuck up out of here. You can't sign here. This is private property. Da 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 da. You know. And I was distraught because I knew Danny was going to bitch at me because I'd fucked up that spot. I thought I'd fucked up, blown up that spot, right? And it wasn't until later that I realized that by quote unquote blowing up that spot was that getting me closer to the actual exit door, 639. Um, and I had to reconcile within myself that, like, 'cause I felt bad about the choice that I made, not taking. Okay, I felt bad about the choice that I made because I recognized how it was negatively affecting someone else, right? Not even taking into consideration how it was affecting me. And then when I finally got the chance to take and think about how it affected me, I was like, actually, that was probably one of the best things that could have happened because had that spot not have been blown up, I'd have still been out there. I'd still been signing, da da da. Things wouldn't have changed, you know? So it's allowing that programming to slide off, to come off, so that you can stand in your fullest potential, so that you can be you, reconciling reconciling the past so that you can move forward into your new timeline. Okay. I am gonna stop it right here and let's get initials. I ain't done that. 757. Oh, my titties, okay. A A L. Okay, ALY Allie. That's 114. Okay, ALYSMMTJ. So, um, Allison, Leona, Yancey with a Y. With I was gonna say with a Y. Um, Sally, Michael, Mitch, 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 or Mitchell, Tyler, and James. Somebody might be called TJ or JT. Something is small, and yes, about something. Okay. Bye. See you later.